Welcome back, gang. It's Delty from Deltia's Gaming. Excuse my voice, I'm sick as a dog, but I need to get this video out for you guys. Weapon ultimates. Are they game changing? Which ones are powerful and which ones not so powerful? Let's find out. We start off first with the two-hander weapon ultimate, Berserk Strike. Berserk Strike, the unmorphed version, gives you a powerful attack for 150 ultimate within 5 meters, though it is single target. The nice thing about this is it cuts through mitigation and grants you the same, so ideally you'd want to use this ability against the heavy armor block builds. First morph, Berserker Rage, adds immunity to disabling effects such as snares, CCs, and immobilizations. I like this effect, but however, you have to use it on a target within 5 meters range. You're not able to cast it on yourself and then go charge in. So if you're going to combine this with the movability potions to start and then kill someone with it and escape, it makes a good morph, but I'm a little disappointed you can't just cast it on yourself. The second morph, Onslaught, refunds the ability's cost if you kill another player. It's an absolute game changer for those two-hander builds like to dunk on other players. If you center a build around this ultimate, you could easily remove your execute and use this kind of as a pseudo execute. Imagine using this on a Dragon Knight, getting your ultimate back and constantly using it. It'd be super powerful to stam DK. Fantasy is the unmorphed Restoration Staff ultimate, entirely disappointing for me. The tooltip isn't relevant as these pictures were taken on a template, so the amount of healing is not that important. What is important though is it's healing you or an ally, not both. What healers, specifically non-Templars, need is a range burst heal, and this really isn't it. Lifegiver is the first morph and combines Restoration Staff abilities into one: Regeneration, Blessing of Protection, and Steadfast Ward. Sadly, this isn't enough to make it relevant for large group play and for solo play in my opinion. I'd much rather use my favorite new ultimate, and that's Sword and Shield Reflect. A lot more beneficial than this, in my opinion. When we first saw Light's Champion morph, we freaked out, but then realized it's probably not as powerful as you think at first glance. Number 1, you're only going to heal people for 5 seconds since the duration is kind of small. Number 2, you already get major force through Aggressive Warhorn and major protection through Veil of Blades anyways. So those two ultimates last a lot longer and seem to be more effective. So Light Champion, a little disappointed. I wish this was a burst heal so other players besides Templars could do something similar to Breath of Life. Elemental Storm is the first ultimate for Destruction Staff, the unmorphed version, and it seems pretty cool at first. You can place this up to 28 meters, but at 250 ultimate cost, I can't see folks using this over Meteor for both PvE and PvP, or Banner if you're a Dragon Knight. Looks great, however. The Eye of the Storm morph makes you the center of the storm, and I plan on resurrecting my Magic Dragon Knight Laceration PvP build using this in some of the new gear sets like Burning Spellweave. Once again, create that fire-breathing monster Dragon Knight. Another cool feature is the effect is based on the staff that you're using, so each staff has multiple purposes. I like this for PvP since it follows you and is mobile, but I can't see using this for PvE over Banner or Meteor. Second morph adds a new effect and is like the very first one. You can cast it at a range of 28 meters, so 41 if you're max level and you're assault and support if in PvP. Though once again, it's not mobile, it's in a play, so I can see that using this as a choke point, but I just don't think this DPS will outperform Meteor for PvE circumstances. Looks cool though. Next up are the bow ultimates, which have caused some controversy for maybe being a little too overpowered. One's mobile and one's not. What you do is channel this over 4 seconds and can utterly destroy another player. So some people were even doing 70,000 damage over 4 seconds fully buffed. I don't know, I don't use a bow, and especially I'm not going to use this ultimate because there is counters to it, but they're pretty dang strong. The first one up, Ballista, summons a turret for you, and it channels so you can still move around and do your attacks. Ultimately, this thing does a whole lot of damage, and whether you choose this one or the other one, you can literally just nuke one player down. The second of the two morph, Toxic Barrage, changes the damage dealt from physical to poison, and adds poison damage over time. I can imagine someone using this, defending keeps or maybe in a duel once they've CC'd another player. It's just so incredibly powerful, and that it adds poison damage, meaning you can buff it with sets like Morax Tong and other ones, makes it a huge damage dealer. I'm super excited for Lacerate and the other two morphs of this ability ultimate for dual wield. Slashes enemies in front of you dealing physical damage over 8 seconds and healing you for 50% of the damage done. Remember, it's not just single target, it is AoE in front of you, and 150 ultimate cost. Both morphs have really powerful potential. All Ren does is essentially double the duration, increasing it to 16 seconds. But what you need to know about Ren is it can be empowered with the Maelstrom Arena daggers or axes or whatever you use. So a 16-second dot, AoE dot that heals you, really gives DPS something else to consider when doing damage for single target. It's powerful. Thrive in Chaos just screams Steel Tornado Spammer in PvP. Basically, you have 8-meter radius, it goes in front of you, and each enemy hit increases it up to 30% max amount of damage you do. This thing will wreck people in PvP for AoE spin to win. I can't wait to see some builds using this, or hopefully I'm not on the opposite end of it, because Thrive in Chaos is legit for AoE. You know I love me some Sword and Board Blockplar build, and it just got nastier with the Sword and Shield Ultimate's Shield Wall. Basically, you block and get the benefit of blocking without actually blocking and taking up stamina, but it gets better with the two morphs. Spell Wall Morph allows you to reflect all projectiles cast to you over 6 seconds for just a cheap 100 ultimate. You still also get the benefit of blocking without having to spend your stamina. For my Magic Templar Blockplar, I cannot see another ultimate being more beneficial than this, especially as a healer getting pounded all the time in PvP. This thing is utterly incredible. The other Morph Shield discipline is equally as powerful. You still get the benefit to blocking. Your one-handed short abilities cost nothing and get refunded. So imagine a Sword and Shield build with the Master Sword, spamming Puncture, getting tons and tons of self-healing back. I really think both of these morphs are super powerful and may or may not get nerfed. But if you're going up against a Sword and Shield stamina build using this, it's going to be very hard to beat them one-on-one. As always, gang, thank you so much for watching. Feel free to subscribe, share, and like this video. Even though I know my voice is annoying, believe me, it annoys me. But I wanted to get this video out to you. For next patch, I'll be focusing more on Magic Dragonite and then updating my Templar healer build. So the T3, Laceration PvP, and then both Laceration PvE as well. I'm really enjoying some of the new sets and the new gear coming out, and it adds a lot of different combinations, especially with the weapon ultimates. More build diversity is always better, so I can't wait to see what we all come up with and make ESO even more robust.
Is subject to change. Remember, it's on the public test server, so usually there's 1, 2, 3, sometimes even 4 updates before the information goes live, so just keep that in mind. Okay, so I've been playing last night a little bit, probably about 5-6 hours, kind of going through all the gear sets, looking at what's new, and really the first big changes are listed here. So